the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. Now I've seen everyone use this. I've seen it on Instagram, so I went to ulta.com and bought it. I was like, I want to play. So the shade that I got is in shade Buff. I used their like little shade calculator on the NYX website, which is not the most helpful thing, but I guess it does kind of give you like a frame of reference to kind of figure out what shade you should be. So I'm hoping this matches my skin. Looks like it'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump in and get started. I already have the Etude House Sun Prize Must Daily SPF 50 on my skin. I don't use primers, I don't set with powders and things like that because I like to see how it looks and wears on its own, and I feel like those kinds of things mess with that. So let's go ahead and get in a little bit closer and we'll kind of look at the situation going on my face today. Okay, so I do have this guy here, which is a pimple, finally erupted, as bad as that sounds. So I was reading this box, the side of the box, and it says with just a few drops, you get sheer to full coverage with a velvety matte finish. So that sounds fantastic. More drops equals more coverage. And I think I was reading, where did I read that? 2 to 4 drops is probably how much you'll need. Am I making this up? Oh, here it is. Okay, 2 drops is considered light, 3 drops is medium, and 4 is full. So I'm gonna do whatever it else does and just drop it onto my skin. And we'll go from there. 1, 2, 3, oh, 4, and next, oh shoot, I forgot to shake it. I'm sure it's fine. Now I'm gonna go ahead and blend it with my Real Techniques blendy thingy. I feel like I'm gonna definitely need more than 4 drops to cover my entire face because I am using a sponge, so you know, sponges tend to absorb foundation. So like I need 4 more drops. Oh, I'll shake it this time. All right, let's go to blend this sucker in. When I get close, for some reason this is sitting very weird on my dry skin. Like I have a dry patch here on my nose that I can see is very visible, and underneath my eyes, kind of on the top of my cheeks, it looks really dry, which my skin didn't look dry before I applied the foundation. So I'll show you guys that in the close-ups. I don't know if you guys are gonna see this here, maybe you'll see it in the natural light, but I do have like a dry patch here that's very visible. Okay, so now that I've got the foundation all over my skin, I'm going to go ahead and wear this throughout the day. I check in with you guys to show you guys how it's wearing. It is now 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. So I will check in with you guys in a little bit and share with you guys what my skin looks like. So I'll see you guys soon. Hey guys, so it is 2 o'clock, a little after 2 actually, so that means I've had this on my face now for about 4 hours, and so I'm gonna share with you guys kind of my thoughts on what's going on so far. So you know, I don't like this foundation. I can see it caking in my fine lines. It's like patching on my dry spot on my nose. It's like creasing here in my smile lines. My pimples fully visible. You can see in my pores. It's like weird. It like clung to like the inside of my pores, so you can like see exactly where the pores are on my face, but like everywhere else it just like wiped off of. And we're only 4 hours in, guys, so I'm pretty disappointed by this Total Control foundation. Obviously I know it's made for people who have oily skin. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's a matte finish, but you know, I've definitely tried matte finish foundations that don't just like suck the life out of my skin and then like make my patches visible. No one wants to see my patches, not even me. Also, this thing's expensive. I just kind of threw this in my cart when I was shopping online at Ulta. I didn't realize that this has less than a fluid ounce, less than half a fluid ounce of foundation. So it's 0.43 fluid ounces of foundation, and this is 14 bucks. And you use a lot of, I mean, you're not using like 2 to 4 drops. I mean, you're gonna be using like probably 8 to 15 drops if you want the full coverage. But because this is a review and for the sake of being fair, I will wear this for the rest of the day. I will walk around looking like this for the rest of the day. and come back and check in with you guys by the end of it. However, I'm pretty sure at this point you guys kind of already know my thoughts. So I will see you guys in a little bit, and here are the close-ups. You can see it all up in here. I mean, it literally looks like there's no foundation on my skin, except in like creases and cracks and pores. Look at that pimple. Hey guys, so I am back with my final check-in for the NYX Total Control Foundation drops. So it is now 5:30, if you guys can see that. So I've had this foundation on my skin now for about 7.5 hours. And so, I mean, I basically kind of summed it up in my second check-in. I really don't like this foundation. It's sinking in to like fine lines. It's not covering areas that I feel like it should be covering. I feel like it's kind of weird that the box says also that 4 drops plus is full coverage. And I put like 8 drops on my skin, and I don't even think it was like light coverage. I think 8 drops was, you know, barely covering all my face. And so that I kind of find weird. It's patchy, emphasizing dry patches, just not sitting on my skin type very well. Now the only thing that I can think of that I would say is a good point about this foundation is they do offer so many different undertones and shades, and they range from super light, you know, foundations to darker foundations, which is amazing. So I appreciate that, but for me, I just don't really care for this foundation, and in all honesty, I'm probably not going to reach for this foundation at all. I want to figure out how many drops is in this bottle, because this bottle is still $14, which isn't terrible, but for the size you're getting and for this being drugstore, I don't think that's that good of a deal. And considering there might only be like 10 applications in this bottle, I think that's a very, like, terrible deal. So I'm gonna find out for you guys exactly how many drops of foundation comes in this bottle. So in knowing how many drops of foundation are in this, you can kind of judge for yourself as to if you think it'd be worth it. Like if you kind of know you're already going to use like more than 10 drops, you can kind of do the math and figure out from there how many applications are in this. So without much further ado, I'm going to change the camera angle so we can jump into that. But overall, didn't really like this foundation, and it just didn't work for my skin. But to finish off this video, I figured I would go ahead and figure out how many drops are in this for us and for, you know, science. The sake of science. Okay, so here I am. I'm going to go ahead and figure out how many drops is in this foundation. Also, just keep in mind, I did use 8 earlier. I went back and watched the footage, so we're already 8 drops in. I'm gonna try and keep the drops as consistent as possible. However, it's kind of difficult to be like perfectly accurate, so you know, this will just kind of give you an idea as to how much foundation is actually in this little bottle. So let's just go ahead and get started. This is gonna be a lot. Okay guys, so this is 50 drops. You guys can kind of see that. There's 150 drops in there. Okay guys, so that's 200 in there. 200 drops. That's 400, you guys, so that's what 400 drops looks like, just to kind of give you guys an idea. My battery's gonna die. Let me quickly change the battery and I will get back to counting. Okay, so battery's changed and back to counting foundation drops. Alright guys, 500, 600. Alright guys, so we are at 700 drops so far. Okay, 800, I think we might be able to get 1,000 out of this, so we are gonna find out. Okay you guys, so I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel here. I've got 844 drops in here. I think that's all I'm gonna get to drop out. I've been kind of like holding it to the side to kind of have the liquid come to this corner so I can kind of pick it up with the dropper, but I mean, this is pretty dry now. Now obviously there's gonna be some foundation like in the bottle and on the actual dropper itself. So, you know, 844 plus the 8 that we applied earlier is 852, and then however much is left in here. So I would say maybe about 900 drops in this guy. So take with that what you will. It's 900 drops in there. You guys can see that. Alright, so that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed my little science experiment. So basically, if there are about 900 drops in this bottle, I'm kind of rounding obviously here because it's way too hard to be precisely accurate with the dropping, and there's still foundation in the bottle and on the dropper, and I used a little bit beforehand, so I'm just gonna round it to 900. Say you use 10 drops a day on your face, so you'll have about 3 months of supply with this foundation, and that's saying you only use 10 drops. I have a feeling you probably use more than 10 drops, so take that for what you will, and like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if it was helpful. As always, I hope you guys are happy and healthy, and don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, share with your friends and family, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!